Hello, Justin with Lucky 8 Off-Road, and today we're here to talk about limb risers, what they're for, and more importantly, how to install them. And even more important than the more importantly is we have a new one for you for people that don't have our light pod mount. So limb risers are these cables right here, and they're designed to push the brush and branches out of the way, keeping them off the windshield and protecting the wiper blades. In our case, it also helps with the ditch lights that we have. So traditionally, we've seen them on some of our most favorite classic Land Rover Defenders, Camel Trophy, the Discoveries. Like, wow, it just brings back all that nostalgic feeling. So when we built the Defender, of course, we had to incorporate the limb risers. What we did is we made a tab that fits underneath the hood and connects up to our light pod. A few people have said, hey, I want limb risers, but I don't want to spend $2,000 on your light pod. And believe me, I get it. That thing is astronomically expensive. But if you want 4 artificial suns on your roof, that's your go-to. So today's video, I'm going to show you how to install our new JLR roof rack compliant limb riser kit. Trying to get that all out right, but essentially the factory rack, we've made a bracket that will work with your new Defender, give you the limb risers you want without the $2,000 worth of lights. Cue the intro. I like to start off in the engine bay, so pop the hood or bonnet. And you're looking for this 10 mil headed little bolt here. We're gonna take that out. I'll bring the camera in so you can see it. There's one on each side. I pop both of those out, and then we're going to bolt in our little shark fin bracket. It goes like so. I'll bring the camera in, you can see what I'm doing. The shark fins in place, it's time to close the hood, but a couple things I want to point out. There is a left and a right. It's pretty obvious. You kind of can't install them any other way. And once they're in place, you want to gently close the hood. Make sure that there is no interference, right? You want to just be gentle. Nothing hitting here, nothing hitting there. Perfect. Now we can move on to the roof rack. All right, up here on the rack, you want to identify the top piece. You'll notice there's the rhino cut into it. The rhino is always facing forward, so this one is the left-hand side. If you have the rubber stripping across your rail, you'll need to cut some of it out of the way in order to put the upper bracket on. So that's what I do. I measure, cut the rubber piece out of the way. With the rubber piece gone, you want to identify these 2 little T-slots. 1, 2. Next up, you want to get your 2 little spacers. Gently put them over the holes. Now get the bracket. Oh, this is harder than it looks. Gotta balance everything with one hand here. All right, we're gonna align it like so, and then we're gonna put the Allen in. I need a 3rd hand to do that, so I'm gonna skip ahead a bit. This is what we're looking for. Allen, lock washer, and washer. Make sure everything's aligned. Washer, lock washer. Boom. We're gonna tighten that down and move to the last step. Last thing we need to do is install the cable itself. Here is the clip that goes to the upper piece. What we're gonna wanna do is take this pin out. It's held in with a little ring. We're gonna wanna pull the grenade pin, get that out of the way, and also pull this one right here. Get those 3 pieces off, and we'll move to the top. So you have your clip, you want to make sure it's working in this fashion. It's designed to basically close up and keep tension on the cable. They'll pop open really easily when needed. We're gonna put that through the top hole. It's the thicker of the dowels. We're gonna push that through. And then we put a little retaining clip on it. With that safely secured, it's time to now figure out the distance right here for our cable. So I'm gonna hook the clip to the front, pull the cable up here, and we're gonna get an idea of which one of these it's supposed to be in. I pull the cable up and I guesstimate which one it's gonna be in. And why is there so many adjustments? Depends where the roof rack was sitting on the car, depends on how the car was built, and it depends on how the cable was finally crimped. So I'm looking at this and I think we're gonna go into the third one. So I put the other dowel in and then I squeeze it. You don't want it to be too loose and you don't want it to be too tight. So we can try the fourth one. Oh, that's about spot on, right? You want some tension on it, but not too much where it's bending the brackets. So I'm going to put the little retaining ring on the other side, and then lovingly, as I call it, the grenade pin, we're gonna put that in, and this will be done. There you have it, super easy install. Just be cautious with the hood. If they're not in there perfectly, you may end up closing it on the bracket, which is not good for the bracket or the car. And then just take your time with the adjustment, put the pin in, squeeze it, see if it fits, and then when everything's in the right spot, tighten it down. All right, guys, on that, I'm out of here. I'll see you on the next one.